Hey, hi again, everyone. Welcome to softball on Classic Hits 97.7 on OKTVSports.com and along our Facebook page. As we are just underway, Kyra Hussey, the leadoff batter here this evening for the Lady Tigers of Mangum, as they take on the Lady Tigers of Hollis. And the pitcher, Hadley Shelby, swinging a miss by Hussey, and that'll level the count now at 2-2 on Kyra. Well, some rainfall in Altus earlier today. None in Mangum, none in Hollis. We're outside. Looks like it could rain at any moment. It's soupy thick. We're ready for softball. So Shelby with the 2-2 offering now to the leadoff hitter, Hussey. Kyra, fly ball center field, and it should be an easy play for out number one. So Hussey, the fly ball to center field for the first out of the ball game, and we are underway here on one of Classic Hits 97.7. Pleasure to have you alongside. That center fielder, by the way, for Hollis is Terrence Scorby. So now Dusty Pence will step in. Pence, the shortstop here for Richard Carney's club, 16-3 on the year. Pitch outside to Dusty, and the count is 1-0. Haven Gilbert due on the on-deck circle for the Lady Tigers. It'll be Sarah Rogers, Sydney Webb, and Victoria Geralds, and J.C. Nippert, Kayla Reese, and Nicole Rogers. One gone here in the first. Hollis struggling this year, just 2-8 on the year, under the direction of George Martinez. Upstairs to Pence, and the count on Dusty now 2-0. Some breeze, in fact, a lot of breeze blowing in from straightaway center field here. You can hear it in our microphone, and we're exposed to the elements, so there is nothing we can do. Still on the first base side, kind of like when we were in Navajo 3 weeks ago. Upstairs to Pence, and the count now 3-0 on Dusty. In fact, it's almost like that, except the difference being Hollis is in the first base dugout, as opposed to that night we were next to the Mangum dugout. I just realized my book is full. I'll have to get a new one between now and the next time we have softball. 3-1 now on Pence. So it's a 3-1 count on Dusty. Taking all the way there. The one nice thing is the cloud cover is taking the sunshine away, and I'm able to actually see my computer screen and see the things that I'm working with here this afternoon, and that is always a plus. Shelby's 3-1 pitch now due to Pence, and whacked into left field. That one is going to hook foul, and the count now full, 3-2. So Dusty hits it hard, but the wind pushing it foul. That wind blowing across and straight in from center field and full of plenty of moisture. So the count full now on Pence. Mangum, as we mentioned, 16-3 on the year, losing a week ago Monday to Duke for the first time, and then dropped 2 of 3 at the Tuska tournament this past Friday. They won their first bowl game against Tuska and then dropped a pair to Howe and Calera, and the tournament was over for them. Pence had a notion upstairs, ball 4. Dusty is aboard here in inning number 1. Well, all right. I'll have to get a hold of her and let her know that, because she's nowhere to be found. Chad, if you've got her number, go ahead and let her know. Katie Carter, he's talking about being able to keep the score on her phone. So Pence aboard with one gone here. The first pitch taken for a strike by Gilbert, and the count 0-1 on Haven. First baseman here this afternoon for the Mangum Lady Tigers. Gilbert, little ground ball back through the middle, picked up by the second baseman, flips to second, in time to get the out. Boy, that's a bang-bang play as Dusty Pence is forced at second base for the second out of the inning. Little slow roller to the second baseman, and she'll flip with the fielder's choice for out number 2. Pence is retired. Gilbert is aboard for Sarah Rogers. Again, going to be hard to... You'll have to manufacture some runs here this afternoon. Yes, what do you need? Oh, okay. Just trying to figure out how we do all this? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you guys get it figured out, let me know, all right? Okay. It looks fun, they say. All right. First pitch to Rogers, taken for a ball. The count 1-0 on Sarah. Haven Gilbert at first base. 2 gone here in the top half of inning number 1. Offering on the way from Shelby. Cold strike. The count level now at 1-1. Check the defense for you in a moment in its entirety for this group from Hollis. And some technical issues before we got on the air. Those are always fun, especially when you go on the road. 1-1 pitch here to Rogers. Sarah lifts this one into shallow right field, and coming on is the right fielder. Second baseman going to go out and make the play for out number 3, and that's a good play out there by the second baseman to get the final out of the inning. So Mangum comes up empty in their half of inning number 1. No runs and no hits. There was a walk and a runner left on board. We've played a half inning of play. It's Mangum nothing. Hollis coming to bat on Classic Hits 97.7.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
All right, welcome back to Hollis, where we get set for the bottom half of inning number 1, and the first pitch called strike to Madison Rollins. Rollins leading it off here against Sid the Kid, Sidney Webb, Michael Macias, and Hadley Shelby. Numbers 2 and 3 in the order here for George Martinez. Ground ball foul down the third base side, and the count quickly 0-2 on Rollins. Talked about that wind, and it is strong coming in from center field, so you have to manufacture some runs here this afternoon. Webb's 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Sidney Webb starting the ball game off with a strikeout. Out number 1 is recorded. That'll bring up Michael Macias. Defensively, Mangum, as we mentioned, Sid the Kid on the mound. Her battery mate, Nicole Rogers. Here's Haven Gilbert at first, and the first pitch to Macias, taken for a ball, 1-0. Sarah Rogers, the second baseman. Victoria Charles at third. In the outfield from left to right, it's got J.C. Nippert, Kyra Hussey, and Kayla Reese. Ground ball towards third. Gets underneath the glove of Gerald's, and her throw not going to be in time. Safe is Macias at first base. So Michael hit it hard and ran well there to get down the line and get we'll give her an infield single on that one. She hit it rather hard. So Macias aboard with 1 gone, and that'll bring up Hadley Shelby. Shelby an opportunity to help her own cause here in the first frame. Trying to bunt her way aboard, or at least bunt the runner over to second base. It's 0-1 on Shelby as that one went back to the screen. So the count 0-1 here on Shelby, taking a long time down it. Looking at third base coach George Martinez. 0-1 pitch upstairs. And we'll run the count even at 1-1. Checking that forecast, and showers and thunderstorms tonight, tomorrow night, into Thursday. Tapering off Thursday night. Football Friday, they're expecting more showers. Little roller back to Webb. She'll throw to Pins for 1. Relay throw not in time for out number 2. Hadley Shelby rolls into a fielder's choice. Macias retired at second base for out number 2. It was 3-6. Keeps the inning alive, though, for Jasmine Hale. Hale, the cleanup hitter for Hollis. Runner at first base, then Shelby, 2 going. First pitch, a strike, and off with the pitch is Shelby, safe. And second base with a stolen base. So Shelby in scoring position now with 2 going. 0-1 meantime on Jasmine Hale. Looked like maybe Nicole Rogers had a little bit of difficulty getting that ball out of her glove. Swing and a miss here, and the count now 0-2 on Hale. Yeah. Sydney Webb trying to make it a moot point here. She records a strikeout and won't matter on that stolen base. 2 gone here in the first. No score in the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, that looked pretty good. Even the Mangum kids to my right in the dugout kind of give it a woo. So the count now 1-2 on Hale. Shelby out at second. 2 gone. Pitch in the dirt. Rogers has it get by her. Taking third will be Shelby. After the wild pitch, Shelby now 60 feet away from home plate. 2 gone in the first. Trying to shut the door here. Sydney Webb's got a strikeout, began the ball game, and ends the inning with a strikeout as well. So coming up empty in their half of inning number 1 will be Hollis. No runs, no hits. There was a walk and a runner left on board. We have played 1, and there is no score. This is Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there. Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Back at Hollis as we get set for the bottom half of inning number 2. It'll be Sydney Webb, Victoria Geralds, and J.C. Nippert due up for Mangum. Meantime, Hadley Shelby, here's her defense around her. As we told you, Macias, the catcher. Marley Robinson is over at first. Kaylee Medford is at second. Jasmine Hale is the third baseman. Madison Rollins at short. Carson McQueen, Terrence Scorby, and Kinsey Horton from left to right in the outfield. We said that Hollis didn't get any hits in that first inning. That was incorrect. Michael Macias, slapping the single underneath the glove of Victoria Geralds over there at third base, actually did pick up a hit. So here we go. Webb a chance to help herself now. Hadley Shelby set to go to work for her second inning. First pitch on the way to from Shelby. Take it outside to Webb and a count 1-0. And Sydney's kind of like, well, you didn't give me that strike in the bottom half of the first inning. Not going to take it right now. So 1-0 on Webb. Every once in a while, the wind will settle down, and then it decides to get cantankerous again. Sid, little hop step away from that one, and it's 2-0 now on Webb. It's kind of, I like that little move there, a little hop step over the ball. 2-0 pitch from Shelby. Ground ball towards third. Hale fields it, throw in the dirt, but picked nicely by Robinson for out number 1. So Webb put it in play, but the defense was there for Hollis for out number 1. Here's Victoria Geralds. Marley Robinson, she went down, made a nice play there at first base. That was not easy. That was a long hop. That short hop's always easy. if you're a first baseman to field, that long hop is difficult. Gerald's looks at a pitch inside for a ball. And the count on Victoria 1-0. Lady Tigers will be playing in the Sterling Shootout coming up on Thursday. And then we'll return to district play on Monday of next week. Gerald's ground ball, base hit, left field. Victoria on with one gone here in inning number 2. Gerald's got on top of that softball and rolled it underneath the glove of the shortstop, Maddie Rollins, into left field. So Maddie Lively now will step in. Lively is what they call the extra hitter, and she'll look at a strike here. And the count on Maddie is 0-1. Hey, good catch there, man. 0-1 pitch now due to Lively. Maddie takes one upstairs for a ball. And the count now level at 1-1. So Richard changing things up just a bit. Bottom third of the order going to be Lively, Nippert, and Nicole Rogers. Count on Lively is 1-1. Boy, I tell you what, you look out there. The clouds back to the south, and they are ominous. Lively had a notion, laid off. There goes the runner on a late steal, and safe at second base will be Victoria Gerald's. So Gerald's the late steal there. And the count on Lively now 2-1. Maddie a chance to get a run home from second base. And these bands of rain that have been coming in have actually been coming from an east to west fashion all day today. Lively ground ball into the Mangum dugout, and the count now 2-2. As we mentioned, we had a nice shower earlier today. He announced us, and again it came from the east and dropped a little bit of rain. Didn't have a chance to check the rain gauge before we left, but it will certainly help the grass grow. We hope that it is just the beginning of a whole bunch more. Count now level on Lively at 2-2. Runner at second base, that's Gerald's. One going in the second, no score. Lively looks at one down low for a ball. And the count now 3-2 on Maddie. J.C. Nippert waits in the on-deck circle. See what Shelby Hadley does here. 3-2 pitch on the way from the right-hander. Lively's got ball 4. So Lively at first, Gerald's at second for J.C. Nippert. Of course, the Shelby name been around for a long time. Hadley's dad, Trent, a coach at Altus, and now coach at Hollis. Her mother, National Teacher of the Year. How about that, huh? And had twin sisters who played softball and basketball at Hollis. Nippert looks at one upstairs for a ball. The count 1-0 on J.C. Wind continuing to howl in our microphone. And again, as much as I want rain, 1-0 pitch. Nippert off the fist, shallow center field. That ball's going to drop for a base hit, and everybody going to advance a base. They're now loaded for Nicole Rogers. You know, that one caught up in the wind and then got caught between the shortstop and the left fielder, and no opportunity to catch that ball at all. Good break by Rollins to go out and try to track it down, but Madison couldn't get there, and Scorby was way too deep in center field to come find that softball. So bases loaded now for Nicole Rogers. Rogers is a sophomore, but this is kind of a situation she likes. Nicole doesn't mind the spotlight. Got that older sister and makes her ultra competitive. First pitch to Rogers, high for a ball. The count 1-0 on Nicole. You've heard me talk about it, and I always do. If you gave me a team, I don't care what sport we were playing, if you gave me a team of younger kids who had older brothers or sisters who were successful and were competitive, I'd take the young kids and I'd find a way to beat you. It's those kids that get the tar pummeled out of them by the older kids. Rogers went upstairs for that one. Fouled it behind home plate, and the count 1-1 on Nicole. Top of the order, Kyra Hussey waiting in the on-deck circle. One gone here in the top half of inning number 2. No score. Mangum knocking at the door. This one working at a snail's pace here. Shelby taking a long time on the mound. Pitch on the way to Rogers. Ground ball towards short. They'll flip to second for one, but a run will score on the play as there was no relay throw. So give an RBI to Nicole Rogers as she'll ground into a fielder's choice, but come up with the first run of the ball game. Scoring from third was Gerald's. Mangum jumps on top, 1-0. By the way, Nippert retired at second base on the 6-4 fielder's choice. Is that wind really now beginning to howl? Maddie Lively goes to third. Runners at first and third. That's Nicole Rogers at first and Maddie Lively at third. One across for Kyra Hussey. Hussey flying to center field her first time around. Pitch on the way to Kyra. Outside. And a delayed steal and sliding in safely at second base will be Nicole Rogers. So Rogers in scoring position. I mentioned those somewhat ominous clouds out there. If it does start to rain, our equipment's in trouble. We are exposed to the elements, and the truck is a long way away from where I'm sitting. So, we want the rain, but about an hour and 20 minutes to be okay. 1-0 pitch now on the way to Hussey. Kyra had a notion laid off. It was called ball 2. 2-0 on Hussey. Mangum leading 1-0. Top half of inning number 2. Lady Tigers squared here. So we've got Mangum and Hollis. Again, Shelby steps off the mound and then takes time getting the pitch call from George Martinez. Boy, tough hop there. Nice play by the shortstop, though, to stay with it. Madison Rollins got the big hop there up around her ear. Went with the ball, stayed squared, made the throw, and got Hussey by a step over at first base. But Mangum strikes first. They come up with one run on a pair of hits. There was a walk and a couple of runners left on board. We've played an inning and a half. Mangum 1 and Hollis nothing. Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
All right, off to the bottom of the second inning we go. Mangum leading by a score of 1-0, and due up for the Lady Tigers from Hollis. It will be Kinsey Horton, Marley Robinson, and Caitlin Medford. And again, a great play by Madison Rollins. Hard hit ball off the bat of Hussey. Took a big wicked hop, and Rollins stayed right with it for the out. Cold strike here, and it's 0-1 on Horton. Kinsey, the right fielder for George Martinez's club. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fouled back towards us, and the count now 0-2. Got to keep a head on a swivel. We got the chain link in front of us, but you never know. By the way, those of you checking it out on OKSports.tv, you know that you're looking through that chain link fence. Also on our Facebook page. Count 1-2 on Horton is the high heater out of the zone for Sydney Webb. Well, 6:55 now this Tuesday, and they have turned on the lights here at Hollis. Not bright enough, though, for Mangum fans who thought that was strike three. Horton, though, looks at ball two. 2-2 on Kinsey. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Horton gone on strikes. That'll be the third strikeout of the ballgame already for the right-hander Sidney Webb. 3 strikeouts in an inning and a third. Now Marley Robinson will step in. Robinson, a nice play at first base as she picked up a long hop on a throw from her third baseman. First pitch, swing and a miss. Late on that one was Marley. 0-1 on Robinson. Mentioned Mangum playing in the Sterling tournament beginning on Thursday of this week. The Sterling shootout. Then they'll return to district play on Monday, traveling to Hobart. Tick foul back to the screen and a count 0-2. And then a week from tonight, we'll be back in the friendly confines. Sayre comes to town for a pair of ball games. We'll have the Hobart and the Sayre games Monday and Tuesday up next week. 1-2 now on Robinson. Asking for time. She'll get it here. Marley in the front part of the box. Swing and a miss. And Robinson got on strikes. She is the second out of the inning. Marley Robinson. Back-to-back strikeouts now for the right-hander, Sidney Webb. So 2 gone here in the second. Caitlin Mefford will step in. Mefford looks at a ball inside. Ball 1 on Mefford. Webb, unlike Shelby, working very quickly here. And that one hit her. Boy, I tell you what, that ate Mefford up. Woo. Got her up in the forearm and wrist area. She'll kind of smile right now, but not supposed to rub it, but man, that hurts. So Caitlin Mefford aboard with 2 gone. Here's Terrence Scorby. First pitch downstairs for a ball. They count 1-0. So Sidney, a couple of strikeouts in the first inning, 2 to begin the second here, and came inside with that one and hit Mefford on the arm with 2 gone. Foul ball over our head, and the count now level at 1-1. Carson McQueen waiting in the on-deck circle. Her and Michael Macias, we had known them since they were tiny tykes when they played Little League basketball and softball down at the Altus City Leagues. Scorby looks at one outside for a ball. 2-1 now on Terrence. Runner aboard here in inning number 2 for Hollis. They trail 1-0. 2 gone. Foul tip off the catcher's mask. Right of your teeth. Bench jockeys thought that was kind of funny because they never had to take one off their noggin like that. 2-2 now on Scorby. See if Webb can finish the inning right here. 2-2 pitch. Good job of staying alive by Scorby. She'll foul that one off behind home plate. It'll stay 2-2. And we've run out of softballs. There comes one from out of nowhere. Bunch of foul balls into the parking lot. Folks trying to find them. Apparently we don't give snow cones for bringing the errant foul balls back. So again, Scorby set to go against Webb. Webb's 2-2 pitch, high and outside. And the count now full 3-2. That'll give an extra step to Mefford over at first base. Caitlin there with 2 down here in inning number 2. Payoff pitch on the way. Ground ball towards second. Rogers up the line, and it will pull off the bag. Haven Gilbert safe at first base is Scorby. Well, that's E4 because accurate throw and base runner is out. So runners now at first and second with 2 gone to Carson McQueen. That ball slowly hit to Rogers. She had to let the runner go by. Had time to make the throw, hurried it, and it was up the line. Pitch inside here for a ball. And the count 1-0 on Carson McQueen. Runner at first and second. 2 down. McQueen off the fist, inside out, over the head of Victoria. That'll be a base hit, and the bases are loaded. So with 2 outs, Hollis has cobbled together a hit batter, an error, and a little bloop single over Victoria Gerald's head at third base to load the bases. Back to the top of the order will go. This is Madison Rollins. Rollins is 0 for 1. She struck out her first time around. Takes one inside for a ball, 1-0. So a rather ho-hum beginning to this bottom of the second for Sydney Webb. Struck out the first 2 batters she's faced. Now, 3 batters later, bases loaded. And the top of the order is there, and that ball gets away from the catcher, but Rogers will pounce on it quickly. And they'll hold the runners. The count, though, 2-0 on Madison Rollins. And Richard Carney going to go out and have a conversation with his kids. We play in the bottom of the second. Mangum on top 1-0. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, "Go Tigers."
Well, it hasn't been the most pleasant days for Richard Carney. He got a little bit irritated in the junior high game. It was 8-3 ball game, and Mangum kind of frittered that one away, winning it 8-5, but the bases were loaded. And there was a couple of opportunities for Hollis actually to win that thing. So a conversation, and ball 3 going to be delivered after that conversation. So now he's really steaming. So the count 3-0 on Rollins. Bases loaded, 2 gone. Here's a strike, and it's 3-1. And again, 2 strikeouts to begin the inning. A rather inauspicious beginning to this frame. Strike 2 here, and the count full 3-2. A hit batter, an error, and a bloop infield single loaded the bases. And after going 3-0 on Rollins, the count now 3-2. Here's the pitch off the fist, and that is going to go foul. We'll do it all over again. 3-2. Good decision there by Haven Gilbert, because if she fields that one in fair territory, Rollins runs by her for a base hit. So we'll go back, Jack, and do it again. 3-2 pitch on the way to Madison Rollins. Pop foul and out of play. It'll stay full at 3-2. By the way, you hear Steely Dan. Michael in the morning, 6 to 10. Monday through Friday mornings, free plug. Classic Hits 97.7. Thank you. Three-two pitch in the dirt. Ball 4. We're tied at 1. Wow. So small ball here, and I talked about it because of the breeze. You're not going to have any big innings because you're hitting shots into the gap. It is blowing right in the batter's face. Now Michael Macias will step in as the first run of the ball game comes in, and Caitlin Medford. Macias rolls this one fouled on the third base side. 0-1 on Michael. She singled her first time around. Michael Macias. So Scorby is at third now. McQueen at second. And Rollins is at first. Tied at 1. Pitch on the way here, and again, ground ball foul. And it's 0-2 on Michael Macias. With Sydney Webb needing her 3rd strikeout of the inning and 5th of the ball game right now. And again, that wind really coming in hard from center field. And ominous clouds behind it. 0-2 pitch to Macias. This one's lifted into shallow left field. That is a fair ball, base hit. 1 run will score. Oh, no, they called it foul. Wow. Ooh, apparently it hit on the line. Nobody doth protest too loudly. That looked fair. George Martinez, the coach for Hollis, was right there, and he's not saying anything, so apparently it was a foul ball. Now Macias looks at one outside for a ball. 1-2 on Michael. It was a pitch that Richard Carney and Sydney Webb really wanted right there. Bases loaded, 2 gone here in inning number 2. 1-2 pitch. Macias way out in front on the off-speed pitch. And indeed, Sydney Webb will get her 3rd strikeout of the inning, but not before Hollis comes back and ties the thing. They came up with, one run on one hit. There was an error, and the bases left loaded. We've played two. It's 1-1. Mangum and Hollis. Classic Hits 97.7.
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
All right, here we go. Top half of inning number 3. And due up for Mangum, it'll be Dusty Pence, Haven Gilbert, and Sarah Rogers. Mangum coming up with a run in their half of the second, and Hollis answering. We'll go to the third, tied at 1. Mangum has dropped 2 in a row as they were beaten by Howe and Calera in the final 2 bowl games of the Tusca tournament on Friday. This is not what Richard Carney was looking for. Hadley Shelby now getting the sign from George Martinez, who actually barks it out, and Pence ready to go to work. Dusty walked her first time around, takes downstairs for a ball, 1-0. And you contrast the teams here. You look over there at the Mangum bench and chock full of kids over there. And here on the Hollis side, just a couple of players on the bench, and that is it. Pence, ground ball foul. And the count now level on Dusty at 1-1. And you can hear the brain trust from Hollis saying, make sure you protect the line. Jasmine Hale creeping in at third base, trying to cut down that angle. Top half of inning number 3, tied at 1, Mangum and Hollis. Shelby, 1-1 pitch on the way to the Mangum shortstop. Rocked off the arm, oh my, of Hale. That will go into left field. You talk about it all the time, and we see it right there. Hale coming in, ready to shake hands with the batter, and Pence hit a rope right at her. No opportunity for Jasmine to get a glove up there. That went off the bare hand there. Richard Carney asking her if she is okay. So here's Haven Gilbert. Gilbert reached on a fielder's choice her first time around. She is 0 for 1. Pence at first. We talk about that wind blowing into the face of the catcher. There's a ground ball foul down the third base side. It's 0-1. But boy, anytime you get a chance to run here, I would think that you would, because as we mentioned, that wind in the face of the batter, also in the face of the catcher. And difficult throw, to say the least. So Shelby ahead in the count here, 0-1. Pence getting some instructions from Chad Hussey. 0-1 pitch on the way from Hadley. Taking for a strike, and it's 0-2. Gilbert now going to have to shorten up and try to put something in play. Do you send Pence 0-2? Nobody out here in the first? Or third, rather? I do. See if Richard Carney agrees. 0-2 pitch on the way from Shelby. Ball upstairs. Pence is off with the pitch, and Dusty will slide in safely. With the stolen base, she's in scoring position now with nobody out. Haven now, 1-2. If Gilbert can't get a base hit, at least roll something on that right side of the infield and allow Pence to go to third base. Jasmine Hale, who just took a shot off the right forearm at third base, and she's creeping in. And don't be surprised if Pence doesn't go here. Little fly ball, shallow left field, curling foul, giving chase is McQueen. Carson can't get there. It'll stay 1-2 on Gilbert. Well, you see the effects of the wind there. I mean, Carson ran a long way. The ball just kept tailing away from her, and just kind of ran out of room. So 1-2 now on Gilbert. Out at second base, Dusty Pence. By the way, Hale back even with a bag now over at third. 1-2 pitch on the way here. Inside, Gilbert levels the count at 2-2. Pence, a bluff move to second base, or third base rather. And now she'll retreat her steps. And again, Gilbert, if you don't get a base hit, at least roll it on the ground to the right side and advance the runner. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Popped up, that'll get foul and out of play. Back into the field behind the play. Field, literally a field, and it's 2-2. Mangum trying to snap a 2-game losing streak, heading to the Sterling tournament against a team that only got a couple of wins in 10 tries. 2-2 pitch on the way here, swing and a miss. Gilbert trying to go after the high heat and got it thrown right by her. So the strikeout here for Hadley Shelby, that'll be her first of the ball game. One gone now for Sarah Rogers. Rogers popped to second, her first time array. Kayla Mefford made a great play in shallow right field, battling the wind to come up with a catch. Pitch on the way to Rogers, waited on it and hit a rope into the gap, right center field. Dusty Pence rounding third. She'll score easily. Rogers will stop at second base with a double, and Mangum is retaking the lead. It's a great job there by Rogers. Waited on the off-speed pitch and hit it into the gap in right center field for an RBI double. Drives home a run, and we're 2-1. Sydney Webb now will step in, chance to help herself. So that speed helping out there with the stolen base by Pence and getting herself into scoring position. Sydney, the other way. That is a fair ball. Rogers rounding third. She will score. And Webb's at first base with a single. So back-to-back base hits now by Mangum. And they have retaken the lead now. It's a 3-1 ball game. Good job by Sid the Kid. Keely Hussey will come in and run for Webb. So a single to begin the inning by Dusty Pence, stolen base. Strikeout of Haven Gilbert. And then Sarah Rogers a double, and Sydney Webb a single. 2 runs come across, and Mangum now leading 3-1. So Victoria Geralds will step in. Geralds singled, stole a base, and scored her first time around, and ropes one in the left field. Another base hit for Victoria. She has just been on fire lately, Victoria Geralds. Hussey, the courtesy runner, by the way, will check in at second base. Here comes Maddie Lively. Lively walked her first time around and was left stranded at third base back an inning ago. Well, believe it or not, the sundown creating a problem for Hadley Shelby. Shadows not quite creeping out to her. Lively showing bunt, pulls the bat back. Thought about taking a hack, takes ball 1-0 on Maddie. George Martinez wanted to know where the pitch was. The umpire said outside. George said it looked like it was right down the middle. I don't think you'll get an argument from me on that. So the count 1-0 on Maddie Lively. Lively takes inside for a ball. 2-0 on Maddie. Keely Hussey out at second base. Here at first base, Victoria Geralds. One gone here in inning number 3. Mangum has played it a couple. They've retaken the lead. It's a 3-1 ball game. We talk about that sunshine. Boy, I tell you what. Jasmine Hale at third. Madison Rollins at short. And Carson McQueen out in the left, really battling it. Lively again takes inside for a ball. And the count 3-0 on Lively. So Maddie a ball away from loading the bases here in inning number 3. Should be taken all the way. A couple of borderline pitches there. Shelby can't get the call. 3-0 offering on the way from Hadley. There's a cold strike, and it's 3-1. And I'm kind of like Maddie. That was more ball than the 2 previous ones. So the count 3-1 on Lively. Hussey at second, courtesy runner here at first. Gerald's one going in the 3rd. Lively, line shot, 1 hop to short. Flip to second for 1, over to first. And they said double play. How about that? Wow. Richard Carney shaking his head on that one, and I'm going to shake right there with you. So Victoria Gerald's the second out of the inning, and she is retired. And then Maddie Lively, the tail end of the 6-4-3 double play, and the inning will come to an end. But not before Mangum comes up with 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and a runner left on board. After 2.5, it's Mangum 3, Hollis 1, Classic Hits 97.7.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a 4-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit WOSC.edu.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
All right, we get set for the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Mangum actually had 4 hits in that frame. And they lead it 3-1. And let's see if finding the ability to go back and get nothing but strikes will be Sydney Webb.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Well, it is the bottom of the 3rd inning, so we do need to be the 333 Lively Dental inning, right? Hadley Shelby, a 1-hopper right back to her counterpart, Sydney Webb. And Webb will get the first out of the inning. On a ground ball comebacker, Shelby retired for the first time here this afternoon. 1-3. As she reached on a fielder's choice her first time around. Stole a base, but was left stranded at 3rd. Jasmine Hale now will step in. Hale 0-for-1. She struck out to end inning number 3. Sydney Webb 5 strikeouts in the ball game, but gave up that run in the 2nd inning. That after she got 2 strikeouts. Hale will hit this one foul over the 3rd base dugout, and the count 0-1 on Jasmine. Sydney Webb's 0-1 pitch, grounded foul, and it's 0-2. So Webb bringing the ball inside the last 2 pitches, and a good job of fighting them off there by Jasmine Hale. Webb hadn't thrown too many off-speed pitches here at the St. Clair. Don't be surprised if she didn't pull the string right here. Count 0-2, and she's had Hale out in front. And it was an off-speed pitch, lifted foul and out of play behind the 3rd base dugout. It'll stay 0-2. A good job there by Jasmine Hale to keep the hands back and at least get a piece of that one. Now let's see what Sydney does. A little cat and mouse game going on here in the 3rd. Pitch on the way. Hale swing and a miss at the high heat. Couldn't catch up with that one. That'll be the 6th strikeout of the ball game for Sydney Webb. 2 gone for Hollis in their half of the 3rd. Remember, Webb got the first 2 batters in inning number 2 and then loaded the bases and gave up a run in the 2nd. Here's Kenzie Horton. Horton 0-for-1. She struck out her first time around. Takes one here, 0-1. So Webb with 6 strikeouts now through 2 2/3 innings. 0-1 pitch on the way. High and outside for a ball. The count level at 1-1. Mangum scored first one in the second. Hollis countered. Mangum with 2 more in the third. They lead it 3-1. Webb trying to shut the door here in the third with 2 gone. Swing and a miss. Late on that one, he is Horton, and it's 1-2 now on Kinsey. You're listening to us on Classic Hits 97.7, OKSports.tv, or on our Facebook page. Hale got a piece of that one. Back to the fence, and it's 1-2. And remember, you can download our app and just take us anywhere. It makes it really easy. Got it on my phone. We get out of the listening area and just bring the app up, Bluetooth it to the radio in the car, and there you go. Ooh, good pitch there. Taken for a ball, and it's 2-2 on Horton. I think Kinsey was ready to head to the dugout. She thought she had looked at strike 3. 2-2 pitch on the way now from Webb. Sydney's offering. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. And the inning will end in 1-2-3 fashion. Something that's got to make Richard Carney a happy camper. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing doing for Hollis in their half of the third. We'll go to the top of the fourth. Mangum on top 3-1. It's Classic Hits 97.7.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Well, there may be those that say that umpire Bo Allen was showing his best side there on the camera on OKSports.tv or on our Facebook page in between half innings. I will leave it right there. Top of the fourth we go. It's Mangum in front of Hollis 3-1, and due up for the Hollis Lady Tiger, or the Mangum Lady Tigers. It'll be J.C. Nippert, Nicole Rogers, and then back to the top and Kyra Hussey. Nippert singled her first time around and got retired on a fielder's choice. So J.C. 1 for 1. Hadley Shelby set to go to work here in the fourth. First pitch on the way from Hadley, upstairs for a ball, and the count 1-0. Shelby, not a strikeout pitcher like Webb. She wants to see the opposition put the ball in play, let her defense go to the ball game. 6 through 3 for her opposite number from Mangum. There's a line drive in the left field. That'll be a base hit. And I tell you what, J.C. Nippert, good piece of hitting there. And Nippert just put the hands down and whacked it in the left field. Carson McQueen, no chance to catch that one. Probably on a normal night, that's in her glove, but with that wind blowing the way it is, boy, you get any top hand spin on it, and it's going to come down quick. So here's Nicole Rogers. Rogers rolled into a fielder's choice and drove in a run. And she's stolen a base as well. Don't be surprised if Nippert is off here, but if she is, careful on that slide, kiddo. Shelby's first pitch, ground ball towards short, backhanded by Rollins. Sets, fires, not in time. Infield single for Nicole Rogers. And that's a good job there by Madison Rollins to go deep in the hole at short. Set her feet and fire to first, but Nicole Rogers runs extremely well. She's aboard with nobody out. And back to the top we go, Kyra Hussey. Hussey 0 for 2. She's flying to center, grounded to short. Remember that play that Rollins made to end the second inning. Hussey hit it hard and took a big wicked hop, and Madison stayed right with it to record the out. Shelby again working rather deliberately. First pitch on the way to Hussey, upstairs for a ball, and it's 1-0. Mangum had kind of been teeing off of the first pitch that they had seen lately from Shelby. Hussey taking there. Dusty Pence, who's been on board both times, waits in the on-deck circle. Good cut there by Hussey. Just missed on it. Hit it back to the screen. The count now level at 1-1. So you mentioned the Sterling Shootout coming up on Thursday for these Mangum Lady Tigers. Our traveling microphones will be back on the air Friday night. For football, we'll travel to Walters for a bowl game against the Blue Devils. Coverage gets underway at 7. Kickoff at 7:30. 1-1 pitch on the way here. Taken for a ball. The count now 2-1. Second week in a row, Mangum has taken on a Blue Devil team. Got shut out last week at Ringling. Meantime, an impressive victory Friday night a week ago for Walters over Hinton. Comet scored first, and then it was all Walters after that. Hussey gets this one fouling out of play over Arrowhead, and the count now level at 2-2. As we talked about earlier, Mangum back on the airwaves. Monday and Tuesday of next week will be at Hobart for a district ball game, and then back in the friendly confines next Tuesday night for a pair of district games against Sayre. 2-2 pitch here. Hussey looks at the ball upstairs. Count now full, 3-2. Certainly don't want to put the horse before the cart, but Mangum sweeps those 3 games next Monday and Tuesday. 1 against Hobart, 2 against Sayre on Tuesday. There's a ground ball back up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Let's see if they send the runner. Yes, they will. Nippert on her way home. Heading to third base is Rogers. She'll make it standing up. Mangum leads it by a score of 4-1. Give an RBI single to Kyra Hussey. Good piece of hitting there by Hussey. Didn't try to do too much with it. Rolled it right back through the middle to pick up the RBI. So Nippert comes in to score. Nicole Rogers to third base. Here at first, you'll find Kyra Hussey, and Dusty Pence will step in. Pence walked, was stranded in the first, single, stole her base, and then came around to score a run in inning number 3. Mangum leading here, 4-1. Trying to bust this one open. Nobody out, and runners at the corners. Pitch upstairs, and there goes Hussey with a stolen base, so she's in scoring position now with no outs. 1-0 on Dusty. So Mangum empty in the first, has scored in each of the next 3 frames. 1 in the first, 2 in the third, and 1 so far here in the fourth. And they've got runners at second and third, nobody out. Pence ahead in the count, 1-0. Shelby's pitch on the way. Outside for a ball, the count 2-0 on Dusty. Boy, Haven Gilbert waiting in the on-deck circle, and Haven got to be looking at her chops, trying to get a little redemption. She's hit into a fielder's choice and struck out. In fact, the only strikeout Shelby's recorded here this evening. So, no doubt about it. Haven's like, oh, come on, come on. Ground ball towards third, off the glove of Hale. Chasman will recover, throw, and not in time. Safe. At first base will be Dusty Pence. And it will be an error on the third baseman. Give the RBI to Pence, as Rogers will score from third. Taking third on the play was Hussey. And Mangum has added another run. It's now a 5-1 ball game. Somebody in the dugout said, come on, Haven, you're due. And boy, I tell you what, golden opportunity here for the first baseman. Runners at first and third, nobody out. You know, that ball that Pence hit didn't get Hale in between hops. Gilbert takes a strike. Dusty Pence will jog into second base with a stolen base. They throw through, but to the shortstop, nothing doing with Hussey over at first base. So the count 0-1 on Haven. Base hit here, drives in 2. Mangum on top, 5-1. Hanley gets the sign from Martinez. Pitch on the way, and Gilbert rolls it towards the third base dugout. It's 0-2. Pretty good cut that time by Haven. It was down in the zone, and she kind of golfed it towards that dugout. Richard Carney telling her to get her hands through. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Downstairs for a ball, 1-2. Pence is at second. Hussey at third. Nobody out here in inning number 4. Mangum with a 5-1 lead. And the pitch on the way to Gilbert. Boy, she got that one right off the end of the bat. And had some funkadelic rotation off of it. And it'll stay 1-2 on Gilbert. Haven, the move in from Navajo, and she may press just a little bit. Trying to impress her teammates. Doesn't need to. She's a good ball player. 1-2 now on Gilbert. Runners at second and third. And Shelby's pitch on the way. Laid off the fastball. Count level at 2-2. Yeah, that was one that George Martinez really wanted for strike three. And you could hear him voice his displeasure over the call. So 2-2 now on Gilbert. Hadley's pitch, swing and a miss, and striking out for the second time this evening will be Haven Gilbert. Gilbert now the first out of the inning. So here's Sarah Rogers. Rogers popped to second her first time around, then doubled and drove in a run, came around to score, an inning ago. Sarah a chance to punch a hole in this one. First pitch on the way to Rogers. Ground ball towards third. She'll throw home, and the high throw will mean that Hussey is safe. Ball loose, and good hustle there by Sarah Rogers. She'll go to second base on the throwing error. So the second error of the inning by Jasmine Hale, that one just got away from her. The launch angle was not good at all. Sailed over the catcher's head. No chance at all for Michael Macias to get that one. So that'll put runners at second and third. Pence now at third base. And Sarah Rogers out at second. Here's Sydney Webb, another chance to help herself. She's 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. Takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Mangum now on top 6-1 here in the fourth. That wind is not abated one bit. Webb steps out. Time taken here. George Martinez really frustrated with some of the calls. Pitch down in the dirt, bounces off of Macias. Jogging home will be Pence. Sarah Rogers has the notion to go home. She will slide in safely with a run, scoring all the way from second base. Sarah Rogers on the wild pitch. And now Mangum is on top, 8-1. Wasn't a whole lot there that Michael Macias could do. That ball bouncing and then hitting off of her catcher's mask and helmet, rolling away, and nobody yelling where the ball was. And Sarah Rogers had it out in front of her the whole way and scored from second. Mangum on top, 8-1 here. Classic Hits 97.7.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
Well, George Martinez frustrated on a couple of levels. He doesn't like some of the calls he's getting at home plate with the balls and strikes, and then his club kind of taking a nap there. And again, you cannot fault Michael Macias. Macias did not know where the softball was and wasn't getting any kind of help at all. So base is now empty. Count 2-0 on Sydney Webb. Mangum on top, 8-1. Webb line shot, base hit as it rolls underneath the glove of Madison Rollins. So Webb on board for the second straight time. Now Victoria Geralds will step in. Geralds 2 for 2 in the ball game. He has scored a run and stole a base. Jasmine Hale having a hard time with her at third base, trying to find that softball. She's looking right back into the sun. It got by her, and Rollins kept it from going into left field, but there was no way she's going to be able to throw out a Webb. So here's Victoria Geralds, 2 for 2, a couple of singles, run scored, stolen base, inside for a ball. There goes the younger Hussey, stolen base for her. She's in scoring position now with nobody out. Ball actually bounced up and hit her in the backside. So the count 1-0 on the third baseman from Mangum, trying to add to their 8-1 lead. One gone, and again, a pitch in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher, and Hussey will go into third base standing up. Michael Macias able to find it that time as it bounced off the mask of the home plate umpire. 2-0 now on Victoria Gerald's. Gerald's looks inside. Ball 3 now on Gerald's. Let's see if Richard turns her loose now with nobody, or only one out. Sorry, one out here in the fourth. Mangum has scored 5 times in the frame. Trying to add to that here. 3-0 pitch on the way. Ball 4, runners at the corners. Victoria Gerald's on for the third time here in the ball game. So runners at first and third. Here's Maddie Lively. Lively 0 for 1. Walked her first time around, then grounded into a 4-3 double play that ended the third inning. Shelby would love nothing more than that to happen here, but foul took by Lively, and it's 0-1. And as they so often do, Mangum Lady Tigers have batted around in an inning. We lead here 8-1 as we play in the fourth. Shadows now covering up Hadley Shelby. Pitch upstairs for the right-hander. The count 1-1 on Lively. Shadows a little bit tough. I mean, you look out there and you see Madison Rollins at shortstop, and the dirt portion actually in shadows, but Maddie tall enough that she's above it and looking right into that sun. There's a looping line drive. Nice play over at third base by Jasmine Hale for out number 2. Hale's had a tough inning, but made a nice play there and saved a run. Ball hit hard by Lively, but somehow finding it in the sunshine on a line was the third baseman, Jasmine Hale, for out number 2. So here's J.C. Nippert. Runners at second and third, 2 gone now. Nippert, a couple of singles and a run scored, looks at one inside for a ball. And the count 1-0 on J.C. Courtesy runner, Hussey at third. Victoria Gerald's at second. 2 going here in the fourth. Upstairs for a ball. And the count now 2-0 on J.C. Nippert. You mentioned Mangum trying to stamp out of a modest 2-game losing streak. 16-3 coming into the ball game. And another sluggish start for the Lady Tigers in a conversation with their coach, and they have been a different ball club since. Upstairs for a ball. The count now 3-0 on J.C. Nippert. And tell you what, this is one thing that about we probably don't talk about the bottom third of the order for Mangum. Maddie Lively, J.C. Nippert, Nicole Rogers, they make a lot of noise for numbers 7, 8, and 9. 3-0 offering on the way here. Cold strike, and the count now 3-1 on Nippert. She was taking all the way. 2 gone here in the fourth. Mangum leading 8-1. We got runners at second and third. J.C. Nippert ahead in the count 3-1. 3-1 offering on the way. Ball 4, bases loaded. So here's Nicole Rogers. Rogers rolled into a fielder's choice, drove in a run, and stole a base her first time around. Was left stranded at second. And then reached an inning earlier in the inning and came around to score. So Nicole 1 for 2. Hussey at third, Gerald's at second, and Nippert here at first. Cold strike, and it's 0-1 on Nicole Rogers. Mangum with 5 runs in the inning on just 4 hits. Been a couple of critical errors in the inning. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball back to Shelby. She'll throw to first, and the inning will come to an end but not before Mangum comes up with 5 runs. 5 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 errors, and the bases left loaded. And at the end of 3.5, 8. Hollis 1. Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there. Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
All right, here we go. It's the bottom half of inning number 4. Mangum on top now, 8-1, and due up for the Lady Tigers, Marty Robinson, Caitlin Mitford, and Terrence Scorby. Hollis with 1 run in the 2nd inning. They've had their share of base runners, 4 through 3 innings, and only been able to plate 1 run. Marty Robinson has struck out. She's 0 for 1. Swinging a miss here, and it's 0-1 on Robinson. Marley, one of 6 strikeout victims, 2 in the first for Sid the Kid. She got 2 more in the third. Actually struck out the side, so 7 strikeouts now in the ball game for Sydney Webb. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 more in the third. Pitch downstairs here for a ball, 1-1. You'll remember, though, that 2nd inning, she struck out the first 2 batters she faced and then gave up a run, loaded the bases before she got that 3rd strikeout of the frame. That was the meeting of the minds at the mound for Richard and his club. Swinging a miss here. Took something off that one. Good pitch. Robinson out in front. 1-2 now on Marley. You can hear the Hollis kids to our right saying, "Watch your head." I mentioned confidence, too. And you can tell she does seem like she's maybe a little bit overmatched right now. Way out in front of that one. Swinging a miss. Robinson gone on strikes. That'll be 3 in a row now for Sydney Webb, and 8 in the ball game. That'll bring to the plate Caitlin Medford. Medford hit by a pitch in the 2nd and came around to score. He's also made a dandy play out at second base on the defensive side. Takes outside for a ball here. 1-0 on Caitlin. Medford gets herself dug in, ready to go. Terrence Scorby waits in the on-deck circle. This one is popped foul and out of play as it hits the covering over the fans behind home plate. The count level at 1-1. And those clouds have less ominous now, and apparently they have rang themselves out because there's not going to be any rain in that stuff. 1-1 pitch here. Bounced in front of home plate, scooped nicely by Nicole. The count 2-1 on Medford. Medford, as we mentioned, only run in the bowl game for Hollis. Looks at 1 high. And the count now 3-1 on Caitlin. Hollis trying to do whatever they can to get back on the scoreboard here. Pitch inside, ball 4. Medford on for the 2nd time in a row. And hit by that pitch, as we mentioned an inning ago. And draws the base on balls. And is the first walk of the contest for Sydney. Up second walk of the ball game for Webb. She's hit a batter. And has only surrendered a couple of hits. That is a foul tip, boy, and that ate up Terrence Scorby. Scorby got hit on the hand. Remember the hand part of the bat when you are making an offensive effort, and she tried to bunt, and it got her big time. trying to shake it off. Looks like maybe it caught the ring finger, but as they say, that's going to leave a mark. Scorby trying to fight it off. Big thing here is not only does it sting, but then, boy, you go to grip that bat, it feels even worse. While George Martinez takes a look at her, we'll take a timeout. Mangum on top 8-1. Classic Hits 97.7.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Well, they're going to take Terrence Scorby out of the ballgame, and Abby Smith going to take her place. She'll inherit an 0-1 count. So Smith steps in. Abby late on that one, and it's 0-2 on Abby Smith. Boy, if you're Sydney Webb, man, you want to get up there and shut this one down right now. Got a kid comes off the bench, not warmed up, not ready to go, hadn't seen any live action. You don't want to give her any rope at all. Rudder at first base, one going here. And the pitch downstairs, knocked down. And the count 1-2 on Abby Smith. Over first base, Caitlin Medford. 2 pitch to Abby Smith into the dugout, and well, folks almost got 8 up there. including our scoreboard operator. That one almost got you, kid. The bad part of it is she's sitting in a chair and got a fracture of her kneecap, got a brace in. She can't move. She needs a spotter in front of her, so we got to help her out. 1-2 pitch downstairs for a ball. Count 2-2. Terrence putting some ice on that hand. Took a shot, tried to bunt the ball, and got her hand in the way. There's a foul ball. Chopping at it is Abby Smith. Bounced it off her own helmet. And the count 2-2. Rudder out at second base now is Medford. She's there on a wild pitch. 2-2 pitch on the way here. A little ground ball out in front of home plate. That one will roll foul, and it'll stay 2-2. But give Smith credit. She's fought off a couple of pretty good pitches. And again, she comes right off the bench, trying to make something happen here. So we'll go back. Jack can do it again. 2-2 now on Abby Smith. Medford at second. And again, spoiling a pretty good pitch there. Abby Smith. Give the youngster credit. She refuses to go quietly into the night. Mangum. Leading 8-1, pitch down in the dirt, knocked down by Rogers. Runner will advance, though, as that one got out in front of Nicole, and it allowed Medford to take third. Second wild pitch in the sequence. The count has gone full now on Abby Smith. See what Webb can do here, sitting with a strikeout in the inning. Ground ball towards first. Gilbert will step on the back, concede the run, and a good job by Abby Smith to come in and get the fielder's choice RBI. Abby retired 3 unassisted, but Medford scoring on the play makes it 8-2, an RBI for Abby Smith. And again, Smith comes in for Scorby after Scorby took one off the hand. Carson McQueen now steps in. Carson singled her first time around. Looks at a pitch downstairs for a ball. 1-0 on McQueen. Top of the order, and Madison Rollins in the on-deck circle. Little fly ball into center field. Hussey coming on, not going to get there. That'll be a 2-out single for Carson McQueen. And the inning stays alive. Back to the top will go. And Madison Rollins. Rollins 0 for 1 officially. She walked with the bases loaded her last time up and got herself an RBI. So over at first base, Carson McQueen, 2 gone. Trying to bunt her way up aboard. Rollins 0-1 on Madison. And ticked foul back to the screen. So same part of the order getting it done for Hollis, as Mefford has scored both runs. I don't know that Richard was happy about the defense there. He thought maybe they should have gone home with that ball. Pitch outside for a ball. And the count now level at 1-1 on Madison Rollins. One pitch on the way here. Had a notion. Laying off it is Rollins, and it's 2-1 now on Madison. 2-1 pitch on the way to Rollins. Ticked foul, held on by Rogers. Good job by Nicole. The count now 2-2 on Nicole. Or on Madison, rather. Nicole holding on to the ball. Yeah. Webbin averaging 2 strikeouts an inning. Needs one here. Takes something off that one. It is a fair ball fielded by Geralds and a strong throw by Victoria to make the play and bring inning number 4 to a close. But Hollis scratches out a run. The Lady Tigers come up with 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors. A hit batter and a runner left on board. We have played 4, and it's Mangum 8, Hollis 2. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, "Go Tigers."
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are 1 town, 1 school, and 1 family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
All right, we go to the top of the 5th inning now. Mangum leading by a score of 8-2, and due up for the Lady Tigers. It'll be Kyra Hussey, Dusty Pence, and Haven Gilbert, numbers 1, 2, and 3 in the order for Mangum. They were empty in the first, 1 in the second. Scored a pair in the third, and then got 5 in the fourth to forge that 8-2 lead. So here goes Hussey. Kyra, couple of singles. She's 2 for 4. She has popped out and grounded out. As an RBI, run scored and stolen base. 5th at bat of the evening for Hussey. First pitch, Kyra takes upstairs for a ball. The count 1-0. Whereas 8 strikeouts in the ball game for Sydney Webb for Mangum. Hadley Shelby was the only 2 strikeouts for Hollis. Upstairs for a ball here. 2-0 now on Hussey. Kyra ahead of the count. Let's see what Richard decides to do here. 2-0 pitch on the way. Downstairs for a ball, 3-0. So if she is taking 2-0, methinks she'll probably be taking 3-0. Again, Hadley Shelby taking a long time getting the pitch sign from George Martinez. 3-0 offering on the way here. Ball 4. So Hussey walking on 4 straight pitches. That'll bring Dusty Pence to the plate. Dusty been on board all 3 times. She has reached on an error, singled, and rolled in, walked. officially 1 for 2 in the ball game. Scored twice, got an RBI, 2 stolen bases. And you can bet Hussey will be off with the pitch here. Cairo with 1 already in the ball game. First pitch on the way from Shelby. Off speed. There goes Hussey. Throw late, and Cairo safe with the stolen base. Count 1-0 as we get the call from home plate umpire. He said that was a ball. I'd be surprised if Hussey's not off with this pitch as well. 1-0 offering on the way to Dusty. Taken for a strike, count level at 1-1. Hussey had a notion, but decided not to take off with the pitch. Don't forget now, tomorrow morning, Michael in the morning. That's me, live from Studio B. 6 to 10 right here on Classic Hits 97.7. Yes, we have fun. 1-1 offering on the way. Inside for a ball. 2-1 on Shelby, or on Pence rather. Hadley, Shelby, and George Martinez both continue to be frustrated with some of the calls that are being made and not being made here this evening. The moisture in the air and the wind, it's kind of a comfortable evening. There are some folks that are actually got a little blanket action going on. Pitch upstairs and out of the zone. 3-1 now on Pence. See if Richard turns her loose here. Nobody out. The runner aboard in the 5th. Dusty taking a long time looking at Carney and now steps in. 3-1 pitch on the way from Hadley Shelby. Inside for a ball. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Second walk of the evening for Dusty. Been on board all 4 times. Here comes Haven Gilbert. Gilbert 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. She is the only batter who has struck out against Hadley Shelby. Richard just looking at her, trying to evoke confidence in the young first baseman. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Pitch outside to Gilbert. Count 1-0 on Haven. Mangum leading 8-2, trying to break things open here in their half of inning number 5. Won a bunch of ball games in run rule fashion and really wouldn't mind to do likewise here. 1-0 pitch. Inside to Gilbert. 2-0 now on Haven. Kyra Hussey at second. Dusty Pence at first. Nobody out here in his 5th inning of play. Mangum out in front of Hollis. 8-2. 2-0 pitch on the way to Haven Gilbert. High for ball 3. 3-0 now on Gilbert. Sarah Rogers waits in the on-deck circle. The 3-0 pitch on the way to Gilbert. Cold strike, 3-1. I thought maybe Richard might turn her loose. It's because she struggled a little bit here this evening, but disciplined softball here. 3-1 now on Gilbert. She can still look for something she likes. 3-1 offering on the way here. Ball 4, bases loaded, Gilbert aboard. So 3 walks in the inning. Surrendered by Hadley Shelby. Loaded the bases for Sarah Rogers. George Martinez is going to come out first and have a conversation. While he's having that, we'll take a timeout. We play here in the top of the 5th inning. Mangum leads 8-2. They've got the bases loaded on Classic Hits 97.7.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stone cutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related into septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
All right, here we go after the conversation now. It'll be Sarah Rogers stepping in with the bases loaded, nobody out in inning number 5. Mangum on top 8-2. 3 walks in the inning for Hadley Shelby. Let's put Kyra Hussey at third, Dusty Pence at second, and Haven Gilbert at first. Rogers popped a second her first time out, then ended inning number 1, then doubled, drove in a run and scored in the third, reached on an error, scored in the fourth. Takes the ball upstairs here, 1-0 now on Sarah Rogers. And it's kind of been a pedestrian-type ball game for Mangum, but they certainly are in control right here. Pitch upstairs to Rogers, the count 2-0, and Hadley Shelby really having a hard time finding home plate. She walked Hussey on 4 straight pitches. Pence looked at 5. Gilbert looked at 5. Rogers ahead in the count here, 2-0. .2-0 pitch on the way. Sarah back to the screen, cut loose on a 2-0 pitch. Just missed, and it's 2-1. So Gilbert didn't get the green light, 2-0. Sarah Rogers did. Sarah kind of locked in right now, though. So the count 2-1 now on Rogers. Bases loaded, and Shelby set to come to home plate. Out of the zone for a ball, 3-1. So we talked about it early on. George Martinez has no depth at all. I said he had 1 kid on the bench, or 2 kids on the bench. He's actually got 1. I mean, it's just not a lot of numbers here for Hollis right now. They didn't have enough to play slow pitch last spring. 3-1 pitch here. Rogers, line drive, gets down. That'll score 1 run. Let's see if they send Pence. Dusty rounding third, and Richard puts on the stop sign. Now the ball gets away, and Dusty will come in to score. So just 1 RBI on the play, and as Dusty hesitated, Gilbert wound up at second. Rogers with a single and her second RBI of the ball game, and Mangum now leads it 10-2. So here comes Sydney Webb, who's hit the ball well here tonight. Takes downstairs for a ball. 1-0 on Sid the Kid. Grounded out her first time around. Singled, drove in a run in the third. Singled in the fourth. She's 2 for 3. Gilbert at second. Rogers at first. 1 gone here. Or nobody out in the inning. Oh, my goodness. And that thump you heard was Sydney Webb getting hit. So Webb hit with a pitch. Rogers will go to second. And over at third base, Gilbert. Again, the young Hussey will come in and run. Keeley. And get a pitching change as well, as we'll check that for you after we take a timeout. We go to top of the 5th inning. Mangum on top 10-2. Runners at first and second. We're back after this.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand with providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Pitching change has been made, and Hadley Shelby will go to shortstop. Madison Rollins will come in and throw, and her first pitch sails high to Victoria Gerald's count 1-0, and Hadley just never could get into any kind of rhythm here this evening. An enviable situation for Rollins. Bases loaded, her club down by 8. Victoria Gerald's going to hit this one towards right field. That will get down. Scoring easily from third is Gilbert. Rounding third and headed for home is Rogers. And checking in will be Keely Hussey at third base. Couple of RBI in the play for Victoria. And Gerald's drives in 2. And now Mangum leads it 12-2. So Gilbert scores easily, so does Rogers. And as we mentioned, Keely Hussey, the courtesy runner at third base. So Victoria Gerald's has had a good night. She's 2 for 2 with a run scored, stolen base, and 2 RBIs. She's also walked. Kayla Reese now going to hit for Maddie Lively. And the count on Kayla goes to 2-0. Runner at first, then Victoria Gerald's. Keely Hussey over at third base, the courtesy runner. Still nobody out here in the 5th. There's a line drive into center field. Kayla Reese with a base hit and an RBI. Good job by Reese, lowering the hands and smacking that one into center field for the RBI single. Mangum now leads it 13-2. So here's J.C. Nippert. First pitch to Nippert, taken for a strike. And the count 0-1. J.C. singled in the second, singled and scored in the 4th. Walked a second time in the inning. Rolls this one on the ground to Shelby at third. Her throw to third base goes over the head of Jasmine Hale, and everybody going to be safe. And that would have been another run had it not been for the screen keeping the ball in the field of play. So E6 on the play, and the bases are loaded for Nicole Rogers. Mangum on top, 13-2, and again they have batted around in an inning. Second time they have done that here tonight. Nicole, 1 for 3. She's rolled into a fielder's choice and drove in a run. Singled and scored in the 4th, and then grounded back to the pitcher to end the 4th inning. Takes a strike here and to count 1-1 on Rogers. Still nobody out of the inning for Mangum. Rogers off the fist towards home. They will throw. Good job by Jasmine Hale. And she'll get it to Michael Macias for the force out at home plate, as Victoria Gerald's will become the first out of the inning. Fielder's choice there, that kind of the oddity, but it goes 5-2. So Rogers at first, Nippert at second, and Lively to third. Back to the top at Kyra Hussey. Hussey walked in the inning to begin it, actually. Stole a base and scored. Kyra scored a couple of runs on the night. Has an RBI, 2 stolen bases. Beginning to head for the exits here now. It's 13-2. Bases loaded. 1 gone. And the strike zone expanding as well. Count now 1-1. And George Martinez is like, really? Where was that earlier in the ball game? 1-1 pitch here. Hussey fouls it out of play. Back behind us. The count now 1-2. Well, if they clear out, that's okay with me. I can get the truck up a little bit closer and not have to carry the equipment quite so far. Hussey, line drive, center field. That'll be a base hit. 2 runs will score on the play. No, Richard now kind of calling off the dogs and will hold the runner at third base. That's J.C. Nippert, but scoring on the play will be Maddie Lively. Single, RBI for Kyra Hussey. 14-2. So again, a game that was close for a while, but Mangum has batted around in a couple of innings and stretched this one out. Dusty Pence looks at a strike, and again, an expanded strike zone. It's 0-1 on Pence. She walked and scored in the inning. She's reached on an error and scored, singled and scored, and has a stolen base. That went too far out of the zone to call it a strike. It's level at 1-1. Tough spot for Maddie Rollins to come in here. Inside for a ball, and the count 2-1. And I thought the strike zone had expanded, but apparently it has not that much. 2-1 offering here. Ball 3-1. Bases loaded. One gone here in the fifth. Mangum on top 14-2. Ground ball picked up by Shelby. She'll flip to second for one. Meffer's relay throw not in time. Nippert scoring on the play. And Mangum now leads at 15-2. Nice play by Hadley Shelby. Shelby, I think maybe could have just stepped on the bag and then made the throw for the bang-bang double play. Nonetheless, Mangum now on top, 15-2. As we play here in inning number 5. Runners at first and third. Pitch in the dirt, and something came flying out. I think that's the clicker. That's the umpire's clicker. Yeah, he got blasted out of his hand. He didn't even know it. 2-0 on no pitch. 2-0 on the batter. And now Dusty Penn's going to get called out for leaving the bag early. That was intentional to bring the inning to a close. But not before Mangum comes up with, goodness, look at this. 7 runs. 7 runs in the inning on, looks like 6 hits. There was 2 errors and 2 runners left on board. We have played 4.5. Mangum on top. 15-2. Classic Hits 97.7.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supply, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
Michael Macias leads it off against Sydney Webb here in the 5th, and Michael looks at the ball upstairs. 1-0 on Macias. Michael has singled and struck out. She is 1 for 2. Takes a ball here, 2-0 on Macias. Mangum 7 in that 5th inning, and they only came up with 4 hits. There were 4 walks and a couple of errors. Ground ball, Gerald's third, sets, fires, 1 gone here in the 5th. Nice play by Victoria, who has fielded her position well this evening. So 1 gone now for Hadley Shelby. Shelby started on the mound. Now it's shortstop. Hadley in the ball game. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, was left stranded at third, and then she grounded back to her opposite number in the third, opposite number when she was pitching. Sydney Webb made the play, 0-1 on Shelby. 0-1 pitch on the way, upstairs for a ball, 1-1. Shelby and company. trying to keep this one alive as they trail by 13 in the fifth. Mangum, meantime, trying to move to 17-3 on the year. It's a ground ball our way. And the count now 1-2. Mangum gets ready to play in the Sterling Shootout beginning on Thursday. And then they'll return to district play on Monday and Tuesday of next week. And talked about it earlier, but if you beat Hobart on Monday night and then sweep the pair against Sayre on Tuesday, you have all but assured yourself of winning the district championship and hosting regional play come late September. But I really should be back in school. Thank you, Rod Stewart. 2-2 now on Shelby. Sydney maybe overthrew that one. Side for ball, 3-2. Sydney with just one strikeout of the fourth. She struck out 2 in the first, struck out the side in the second, 2 more in the third. Got 2 in the fourth, or 1 in the fourth rather, and has 8 for the ball game. Shelby going to stay alive there, and still full, 3-2. And a group of bench jockeys to my left that I spent a lot of time with them on the Little League ballparks, umpiring and refereeing their teams. They're gone. And Shelby, or rather Macias. No, that was Hadley, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, Hadley walking with 1 gone here in inning number 5. Never say quit. A mantra from her dad, no doubt. So here's Jasmine Hale. Hale 0 for 2. She has struck out twice. Jasmine shows bunt. There goes the runner. Throw in time. Shelby retired. Nice throw there by Nicole Rogers. Slap tag put down by Dusty Pence for out number 1. And check that out, number 2. So caught stealing, 2-6, Shelby. And the count 0-1 on Jasmine Hale. Just like that, Mangum and out away from ending this one. 0-1 pitch. Lifted high in the air towards left. Coming in was Nippert. Going out is Dusty, and Pence will take it to record the out and end the ball game. So Dusty Pence, the over-the-shoulder catch in shallow right field. This one is over as Hollis comes up empty in their half of inning number 5, retired in 1-2-3 fashion. Mangum will win it by a final score of 15-2. We're back after this on Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there. Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Mangum wins this one by a final score of 15-2, scoring 7 times in the 5th inning to put this one away. Lady Tigers of Mangum, 15 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. On the other side of the ledger, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 4 errors in the ball game for the Hollis Lady Tigers. Now 2-9 on the year. Mangum improving to 16-3. And we're back One final time after this, Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, "Go Tigers."
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Well, Mangum started slowly, scoring one run in the first, then got two more in the third, then blew up after that, scoring 11 times over the next two frames, and they win it by a final score of 15-2. And again, they find themselves now with an overall record of 16-3. Play again on Thursday at the Sterling Shootout and return to district play on Monday and Tuesday of next week. As we'll be at Hobart on Monday night for a single contest, and then back in Mangum Tuesday night for a pair of bowl games against Sayre. Don't forget now, football coming up on Friday night, as William Dickey's team will travel to Walters to battle the Blue Devils. We'll be there. Our pregame show gets underway at 7. Kickoff will be at 7:30. For Chad Fox, I'm Michael Barnes. Mangum wins it 15-2 tonight over Hollis, here on your voice of the Mangum Lady Tigers, OKSports.tv, our Facebook page, Classic Hits 97.7, and over the air on Classic Hits 97.7.